Alright, another field test game. This time I'm doing white-green food. I mean, it's a pretty hastily built deck, so I'm pretty sure it's not optimized or anything. Like, I just threw a bunch of... what are the chances of just drawing 7 lands in a row? I mean, that's kind of hilarious, but... no early game. Can I afford to keep this? How's my curve even look? I guess I have to go down to 5. Yeah. Fine, I'll go down to 5, I guess. Well, actually, I'm screwed, like, if I don't draw another land. I think the mana base for 2-color decks in this format is Garble, or in like the whole 2 who block is kind of Garble because there just isn't any. I should have bought them but whatever. Oh, they're still playing this deck? I thought they said they were rotating out. I have Child of Light on 2 at least. Good on this thing for being hybrid. But yeah, like the mana situation for 2-color decks in this format is really bad because we only have a single cycle of dual land. So if you're in a 2-color deck, you just play a playset of the dual land, and then you're just stuck with basics afterwards. I mean, I guess you could you could play the 5-color lands and try to, or a 5-color land that can be enabled by what your deck's doing, but most decks can't do that. Anyways, yeah, just play this and pass. So I do need to top deck a green source next turn, I guess. Yeah. And okay, so that thing is triggering a bunch. Actually, did I put the right ratio of colors into my? Why did I do 8 forests, 10 plains? That it should be the other way around. Okay, well, I'm going to edit my deck after this game if my opponent allows me to, because I have the wrong ratio of lands. I could also be playing. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm definitely adding it. Evolving Wilds variant to my set though, so that at least for week 2, so that hopefully 2-color decks can get better mana. So then we get like 8 fixing lands at least. Lethargic Skywhale that's another Lethargic Skywhale. And that thing prevents me from attacking. And I am mana screwed. I mean color screwed, but yeah. Cool. If I kept the other guy around, I could have actually played it. I should have bought him the double pip thing, or double green pip guy. Free the beast. Yeah, okay. That's certainly something. And now they're swinging in the air for... Yep, they're swinging with everything. I can't stop that, so I take 10. Why am I not playing more removal spells in my deck? I probably should be. I mean, this actually is a good game to like test out. Well, okay, sure. I guess I'm dead. Yeah. I'm going to have to do some editing. Okay, so what I want Malajaku's Folly because I do want to test out this card, and this seems like a reasonable deck to test it in. Yuri, whatever. I'll do like a 3-3 split, which means I need to cut 2 more cards, so I guess I'll just start by cutting like the top end. Yeah, sure. Or I'll cut to you because whatever. Alright. I run this main deck version. Technically I do want things to blow up flyers, so I guess I bring this thing in. And then I bring out like Withered Bounty because I'm pretty sure that card actually sucks here. If I'm trying to do aggro stuff, I don't really care. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I bring this out. Actually no, Withered Bounty is supposed to be mana fixing me, but that's a pretty big assuming I draw the thing I need. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, am I not running enough lands? Fine, I'll keep this. At least I have a curve this time. But right now I'm basically jamming limited tier mana bases into constructed decks because I don't have any better options. And okay, they have that thing on turn 1. So does this actually kill it? Let me check. Odd if it's odd man. Oh wait, it's equal power and toughness. So no, this thing does not definitely does not kill that. Well, the good news is I can just attack here and what's this do again? Reveal a creature alert. I can use this to dig for lands. I think I do want to dig for lands here. I can always dig for lands next turn. Let's just get this in play. And yep, they're going to do stuff. Oh wait, with their bounty is a way that I'm actually sacking foods in this deck. Because otherwise I'd have to actually pay to sack foods and I can't really afford to do that. Yeah. Alright, I'll remind myself to put Withered Bounty back in my deck next game if I make it that far. Another one of these. Oh wait, my opponent's also super mana screwed. Okay, cool. Well, that's certainly not helping. Yeah, I just need to dig for lands now. Well, those are the lands I need. Human Village Street is... Malajaku's Folly isn't going to actually hit anything here, so yeah, I guess I grab... no, wait, I also need double... I need triple green for some of the stuff I need to do. Okay, fine. I'll just grab this and then leave it uncracked for now. Because why not, I guess. And they're going to crack that end of turn. Okay, well, I'm going to see if this thing actually kills the thing it's supposed to kill. So odd if it's toughness great. No, it misses Sky Whale. Okay, yeah. And these guys are losing counters, which gets them a bunch of triggers. I think this thing, yeah, this thing is way too easy to get triggers from. And like, yeah, the trigger effect's kind of small, but when you're getting this many triggers, like this many scries, I feel like you actually get a lot of consistency gain. And you're also getting life on top of it, so you're really anti-aggroing people when you're playing this card. Well, I mean, at least I can get Ichio down next turn. This will have to be uncracked because I need all my colors. This can't actually punch the thing I want it to punch, right? I can sack food, put counter here, punch that. I'm not sure if my opponent has instant speed interaction. They probably do. I mean, I do kind of want to punch that right now, but also I'd rather develop my own board right now too. I can get Ichio down and return Ruka. What does that do? It gets 4/4 down on board, which does interact favorably with the 3/3s, I guess. Yeah, sure, I guess. I'll get down the big thing. Oh no, they have that. Okay. Can I do any fancy combat thing? No, I can't because only creatures. But I actually get this trigger, so high angle shot, not useful right now, right? I'm looking for land and I'd rather not pay mana for that effect. And they're going to remove a counter from that. Okay. If they block here, then I guess I just do the thing. Ninjutsu this thing in, return Apple Girlington, I guess return this to hand, buff itself. Yeah, I return it. I mean, that's like a 6 life swing, so that's pretty big, but now I'm stuck. It's still a 4/4 afterwards. Like, this thing is a huge beater. Unfortunately, I'm not playing in the deck that makes the best use of it. Wait, I should just be playing this in the Irreparable Maid deck, because I can just keep returning the maids and sacking. Okay, this probably should be a Bant deck then. And Irreparable Maid also makes it much easier to do stuff, or I mean, easier to sack the foods. Okay, yeah, that enters. Does Amadajaku's Folly kill that? Even Power Grade. Okay, yes, that does kill it. And they're just going to, I assume, swing through. And yeah, I take that. They get card draw. This thing certainly does draw a bunch of cards pretty easily on turn it comes down, if you have a board of something. Anyways, well, that's convenient. So what am I doing here? Ruka, Apple, Girlington. I can punch that. So Apple, punch, kill. None of my guys have good ETBs, so this is probably going in the wrong. Like, this is probably the wrong deck for this card, but yeah, I guess so. I can return the food, but then that's not. I mean, that's actually fine. Wait, so I do Apple. Okay, actually, yeah, I should probably sequence it like this then. Just do this, play this, make the food, swing and buff that. Yes, swing, return the food, buff this guy, see how they block. And it's also safe to crack. Oh, they're just going to chomp here. Yeah, that's fine. Get that guy out of there. Yeah, I kill that before they get to untap and get some triggers off these guys. Okay. And yeah, do I need to punch any of these guys right now? I think it can wait. And I do want to crack this for a forest so I can get another landfall trigger, and then I can start. If I draw another land, then I play Noah, and then I can crack the food and get some triggers off these guys. Okay, they're swinging now. I just take all that, and they're playing pretty big thing. All right, sack this. Grab the forest. Make a food token. Okay, there we go. I can do everything I want to. No, I can't because of how the colors work out. Or no, I can. I can sack the food. Like, I can sack a food, give it indestructible. All right, sure. I guess I'll go for it. Play Noah. Sack food. Gain life. This guy gets +1/+1. I guess I'll give this indestructible. Did I miss a trigger from Apple Girling? Yes, I did. Yeah, okay, so, oops. Yes, trigger. Yeah, so now I guess I swing here, and then I, like, bounce. This is like a force block. I think I pick up a food here to give my buff here, and then just I guess do 2 more to them or something. Yeah, like I guess that works. So I mean, this deck certainly can do the beatdown plan, and Ichiro is kind of not so, even in a deck that doesn't really support it. Like imagine if I'm bouncing Air Promades instead of 2-drop beaters instead. I would be way happier with that. They're going to play another one of these guys. I'm pretty sure I can just punch it this turn, right? I already punched that. Oh. Well, now it's really big, but it's fine. I still just punch it, right? Oh, they're getting a bunch of life. Yeah, that's annoying. This is an instant. They could have waited, right? They really didn't need to do it now. I guess they wanted to get the scries right away. Okay. Anyway, does that do anything? Yes, it kinda does. Okay, so how do I do this? I need to bounce something, so I guess I can play MIUI and then punch a punch buff, force a block here, or sack this indestructible punch here, swing, return something, give it buff, and then force a block. You have to force the block from Rambo Skitter though instead of the 6/6. I suppose I'm fine with that, right? Yeah, mostly. So then in that case, I'm just doing the MIUI punch Ruka. I need to sack the food somehow. Yeah, that's annoying. Anyways, I'm always doing this pre-combat because that's the only two bounce target. I swing here, bounce that. I can sack the food at instant speed. I should actually just swing with everything because I can sack the food at instant speed and then that gives it indestructible. And they're not forced to block right now, but that's fine. Do I want to punch something pre-combat? No, not really. Okay, so attack with everything. Bounce this, return this to hand. Pump this guy. Go to blocks. Am I dead on the? I'm actually dead on the backswing, but like they're afraid enough where they're willing to block. No, I'm not dead on the backswing because I can just sack a food and survive. Oh yeah, right. Thanks. I forgot that this thing actually has an attack trigger. Yeah, so the problem right now is that it takes way too much mana to actually sack the foods. So for this deck to work well, you really need to open up on weathered bounty so I can sack the foods for free. Oh, they're really going for it. Okay. Wait, is there actually isn't a good way to do this, right? I lose something either ways. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually incorrect. Oh, I totally should not have returned MIUI. I probably could have just returned one of the random foods and then had MIUI out, which means I can sack a food and then blank and then like save 2 things. So either I should have buffed itself actually. Yeah, if I Ichio buffed itself, I could have punched that afterwards and survived. Although then I couldn't sack the food, so yeah, I don't think it works out for me either ways. Okay, they're just going to do block. I can give this indestructible and kill one of these guys. Right now if I just let these guys trade, it's pretty bad for me if I do that. Let that happen. I mean, I let all of them trade off. Post combat punch doesn't do as much. I think I'm like priced into doing this. So I guess this makes itself indestructible, and yeah, this isn't great. I think it's just because like I really do not know how to play with these guys. This does connect, right? Yeah, like the correct thing there was to Ichio target self. Well, I can actually sack pre-combat, so I swing with everything target self. If they want to do anything to Ichio, I can sack food. So then they're forced to block. Okay, well, sure. They're just attacking with. Okay, they're attacking with all these guys. Am I dead? Cool. Yeah. This deck does not work out at all. I don't think this sort of thing can afford to be 2 colors, because trying to get triple green in with this sort of mana base is basically impossible. Yeah, sure. Okay. This is coming back in. I never get to test with this guy, but my opponent's not playing graveyard decks, so I can't really avoid these guys out or avoid these guys in. It's not good here. I'll take out Child of Light. I'm pretty sure Ichio's actually just bad here. I even though it's like I'll test it in a different deck later on. Oh wait, that's 61 cards. Okay, well, yeah. Well, actually, I think my removal suite is actually really bad against them, so maybe I go with this instead. I still want this kills enough things where I'm like, they have lots of square stats. My removal suite is just bad against them. What does dramatic entrance do again? Not in dynamic entrance. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's a bite instead of a fight. Maybe this would be better in my deck. Like my guys are pretty big, but against my opponent's guys, they don't actually do the thing that I need them to do. Okay. I'm still not getting the curve I want. Is this an acceptable substitute? Fetch what? 1, 2? Yeah, sure. They also keep 7? Sure. And they're opening up on Savior in the dark. I really want a 2-drop. I don't have a 2-drop, so I guess I just have to do this and pass and hope I don't fall too far behind. They're just passing. Okay. High angle. Let's see what's on top. Oh, actually, I'm looking for lands, right? Yeah, I'm looking for lands. I don't really need anything else right now. Oh, now I have too many lands. What 3-drop do I play first? Mioi seems like the least. Yeah, I think I do this first because it's the one that I don't mind dying the least, or the one that I mind dying the least. And they're following up with Hedge Maze, or no, they're just following up with stuff. Okay, that's just sure. That's fine. Okay, what does this card do again? Stuff. Not sure exactly what exactly. Not sure what exactly it does, but in this matchup, I suppose it probably does at least something. Does Ichigo do anything right now? Not really. I should just play Banka and swing. I mean, I can also play Noah, and because then it makes the food sacks like really threatening. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'll play out Banka later on. And just pass. I got 2 well-stated things swing next turn. I have to assume it does at least something. Okay, they're doing Lost to the Storm. That's kind of scary. But also, okay, so it's like Rancor, but worse because all you get is a counter when it dies. Sure. So what? They can remove a counter from it. It's a 3/5 or 5/3. I guess I trade, right? Thought revision. Okay, well, yeah, that they can remove way more counters now. So, do I trade here? I take 5, and then next turn I play Banka, swing for. I can start feeding it food later on. Yeah, I'll just take here. And they're going to act. They're not removing the final. Oh well, that's how they're removing the final counter. Interesting that they're not doing it. They didn't do it pre-combat. I guess they didn't want me to trade it off so quickly. Okay, so now what? I can actually Banka and then Tiny Buddha's Charm afterwards. I don't think that does anything. If I get Ichio in, it doesn't. I don't have anything super great to. I guess I return Mioi and then Charm doesn't do anything. Yeah, I guess I just play Banka pre-combat. See what my opponent does about this. I assume they're just going to choose Route B, which actually screws me more than it screws them. I think. Or no, it's a really good chump blocker if they choose Route A. Draw, sure. Do I swing here, or I should do it pre so that, or I should play my land right now so that in case I need to activate these guys. Not that I really need to. They take, and then I pass. I'm planning on just feeding the food to this thing so that prevents damage for a turn, and then just killing my opponent on the backswing next turn. They do have 7 cards in hand, so they could just have something. And now they're thinking again. This thing can give this can give Banka indestructible for a turn. Are both together? Sure. This has trample, so I do need to feed that thing counters, which actually gets this thing, which makes this trigger. Right. And that's remove counter, so it doesn't trigger anything. Gives them a counter to remove later on, I guess. If they full swing, they do just need to contend with the fact that I do just kill them on the crackback by sacking up food. And okay, well. We're drawing more cards now. Yeah, removing more counters, which gains them life, because of course it does. Okay, I mean, I probably should at least pump something here. Pumping Noah here will make it 6/6, which I can pump Banka here, which makes it doesn't actually do anything. What do I pump here? Mioi puts the counter. I guess I probably should put it on the 6/6. Or am I swinging out next turn? I probably should be swinging out next turn. Yeah, and actually, this means that Tiny Buddha's Charm absolutely blows them out, so I guess that's something I can play towards. Ruka doesn't. Oh, Ruka actually does. That triggers on enter. Okay, yeah, that actually does blow them out a lot now. So I can Charm and then crack a food to give it indestructible. Alright, let's see how my opponent deals with this. If they don't block, I'm just going to spread 3 counters, and then that's 5, 6, 4 damage. I think that kills them. If they do block, or even if they block, I can just flash in this thing due to Ruka and return Ruka, pump something and kill them. Right? Like, this is 9 damage, so if they don't block any of these guys, I can just punch through. Or actually, I can just sack foods and give things trample, and that also punches through things. Yes, like this just makes combat extremely tough for my opponent because I have all these onboard combat tricks, which I mean is something that would just kind of tries to avoid printing. So I mean these guys representing onboard instant speed tricks could be a problem. Maybe it shouldn't be. So well, no, Mioi's trick is fine because it always prevents damage, so you can't blow out someone with this thing. Yeah, because if you use this on anything, then it doesn't deal damage for a turn, so then you're not losing anything. Noah doesn't actually pump stats, it just, or it gives stuff indestructible, so yeah, that is kind of equivalent to that sort of thing. Alright, so then, I can't actually, no, I can't return Bonka because that prevents me from doing the thing. My priority, okay, that's kind of ominous. I think I'm actually fine trading away. Okay, so if I do this, does Mioi need to do anything? Should I just crack this for, yeah, I should just... No, I don't need life right now. I'll just crack this to pump Ruka for later turns. And then... And does my opponent have anything to do that they can do in response here? I don't think if I give trample, I still kill this turn, so I don't think I need to do anything. What do they have left that they can do right now? They can tap that thing and remove a counter here. And then that's 3 mana. What 3 mana? They have the 1 mana trick, don't they? The 1 mana trick doesn't actually help against the indestructible guy. So yeah. Let's see how my opponent deals with this. Actually, no, if they let this through, I just do this charm them on upkeep, and then they can't cast spells for a turn, and they just like, oh, well, there we go. Making that indestructible for a turn, or making this absolutely gigantic for a turn. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, I imagine get them to use their combat trick. And I can ninjutsu in, wait, let me think. That's only +1/+1, so yeah, sure. They do also get 3/3 up next turn. Yeah, damage happens. So this thing dies, these guys bounce off each other. I mean, that was a pretty tense combat step. And upkeep them, I guess. They're attacking it now? Sure. I think being able to upkeep this charm my opponent is probably too mean. This sort of effect isn't actually playable at 1 mana, but being part of a charm where that isn't completely dead and you can just randomly like silence people on upkeep if you're ahead on board seems really rude. Upkeep my opponent. Okay, and they're just going to let it resolve. Yeah, I might need to change this thing. At least get rid of that mode because it's just really rude. And okay, I need to remove the annotation. Are they all? Yeah, they're all base stats now. They're just oh, they can do that. Yeah. Wait, I probably should change that. Yeah, I definitely should change that thing. I actually can't. I can't just Ichio bounce itself to buff stuff. Actually, I should sack now. Could matter for Apple Girlington, I guess, but I think I care about the mana more than I care about anything else right now, so I'll do it like this. Okay, well, it didn't matter. Yeah, I can Ichio and also crack the food. But I can Ichio twice now, which is kind of disgusting. I always full swing here, and then I guess try to pass around some trample. Yeah. So that makes another food. Did I miss a food token? I probably did miss a trigger somewhere. Actually, no, I just win here because unless they have enough blockers, are they dead on board if they didn't know what to like block? They only take 7. Miai can't pump damage. Yeah, but I also do they have like any way to? I should probably just review it. Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure I missed a bunch of Ruka triggers. I probably did. Yeah, I definitely did miss Ruka triggers. And yeah, being able to dig out your entire land base is pretty interesting. I don't think my opponent ever got to use the ability in my games against them. I'm not sure if they managed to use it elsewhere. But yeah, GG. I'm assuming they are going to leave feedback on Tiny Buddha's charm. Yeah, it's one off, but it seems really rude, so I'll probably change it. Otherwise, I'm not Jaku's Folly. I'm still not sure on this card. It's probably really swingy now, which isn't good design, but I can't think of a different design for this card, so I'll just keep it as is for now. I think the food package did manage to come together somewhat. Banco was antheming the board, but didn't do much else, so I can't really comment on it other than, I mean, it did its job. Ichio did whatever. This card's probably Busto in a different deck. It even played pretty well in my deck, though it was not built for it. Okay, I should, yeah, I should rename this deck actually. It's always green white these days. It should be named green white, not white green. Anyways, okay, so replay wise, do I need to say anything about replays? I don't think there's anything interesting because there are just my opponent's still playing the same deck as last time. Well, they had that in hand. Did they not play it out? Okay, I guess like they didn't actually have enough random counters sitting around for this guy to continually lock down my board for several turns. Although I'm pretty sure they could have actually played, like, yeah, they had this in their opening hand. They definitely could have like just dropped it early, and maybe they were playing on removal. Okay, sure. Yeah, but otherwise, I guess I'll see what my opponent says.